On Stage at Kingsborough is a performing arts center located in Manhattan Beach, Brooklyn, on the campus of Kingsborough Community College, and we present world-class music, theater, dance, and family entertainment in 3 venues. We have our main stage where we have performances from September to May, and then we have our free outdoor concert series at our outdoor band shell every July, the first 4 Saturdays in July. And then we also have a lighthouse venue, a real modern working lighthouse on the campus that has floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the ocean, and we present jazz there. And we've also had some opera in there on occasion, but largely it's a jazz venue. On Stage at Kingsborough actually has a very long history of presenting entertainment here on the campus. Even before the campus was built, there was a band shell where many of the great jazz bands played in the summer. And then when Kingsborough came here, they continued the tradition. So since the mid-60s, there have been these amazing big bands playing in the summer, and they began to expand and they started presenting on the main stage where I am right now. And they were a launching pad for national tours. When I came in just about 7 seasons ago, what I did was I kind of decided that we really wanted to make a more international performing arts center. So we present artists from around the world. The way that we select the artists, there are a variety of ways that we do that. It's very important to me that we have seen almost every show that we present. We've already seen it, so we not only know that it's high quality, world-class artists, we also know that it will appeal to our community and our audience, and there's really no substitute for that. On Kentucky Avenue seemed like such a perfect show for us to bring here for our audience. I saw it when they were performing at the Triad on the Upper West Side in Manhattan, and it kind of has everything that we look for in a show. It's very theatrical.
Each summer we arrive, we got to put up with your drive. Every little thing we do seems to strike a chord with you. A whisper here, a comment there. We were treated even fair. Rescue me.
It has leading artists. It's a really high-energy, entertaining show. We want people to always leave here feeling like, wow, and we want them to remember it for days to come.
The play is about a real place in Atlantic City called the Club Harlem on a street called Kentucky Avenue, where for many years, maybe from the 40s, there were nothing but jazz clubs and restaurants and all sorts of things that people could have fun with from 7 o'clock in the evening until 5 o'clock in the morning.
That blend of nostalgia is something that our audience really also goes for. They really like to see the work of the past and see it kept alive.
We've done a lot of plays. We have a company that's called Legacies, and it's our mission to keep shows of the African American genre alive, because a lot of children don't know these shows. You know, they don't know this kind of fast-paced music. They don't know the elegance. They don't know the nightclub, you know, era and all of that. And I think it's important to keep it alive because it's what we did. And you know what the really interesting thing is? Only my husband and I worked at the Club Harlem or ever saw it. None of these young, amazing, amazing, amazing performers ever saw the Club Harlem or ever performed there. They're 5 generations below, you know, I mean, they just never were there. But it was very important for us to incorporate everything that was as close to real as possible.
The times, they are changing like how? Like a black Miss America, a man in the moon, a black president.
Ain't gonna happen. Look, those casinos don't want us unless we're coming in through the back door.
It is an interesting challenge to present shows for one night only. Many performing arts centers do that.
We're used to going into someplace one day and being there at 9 or 8 o'clock in the morning and doing all day, having a break for dinner, and then doing the show.
It takes a real blend of administrative, artistic, and marketing skills all together. You have to make sure that you know everything technically that the company coming in needs, and you have to be very prepared for that.
The executive director at Kingsborough has a vision, and she really knew what she wanted, and we knew we wanted to be here because we looked at the school before we even, had a long conversation, and we talked to her, and I think it was a good marriage. We came from City College too. We had been to City College and part of the university. So we expected Kingsborough to be as great as they are, because City College was better than other places where we might have performed, where they didn't have the interest and access in what they were doing. They were just putting on an art, maybe not the best arts organization, but maybe one that wanted to show the arts, but they didn't have the things that we needed. Kingsborough had the things that we needed.
We have forms that we send out well in advance. We get that back. We have meetings about it so that we make sure when they walk in the door that morning, we're set and ready for them so that they can rehearse and check their sound and all of that without having to rebuild or rethink anything. That's key. There's also the issue that we're actually telling an audience about a show that they can see on one night. So in order to do that, we really need to make the case very clear and very compelling, because we're telling them about one show after another. So your message has to be really strong and really clear. And then you have to hope that, there's not some huge event that night that everybody's going to and they're not coming here. Lucky for us, that's not happening. The interesting thing that I've heard from audience members, they don't expect to find the kind of theater that they find here. So for instance, the Leon M. Goldstein Performing Arts Center, where we are right now, it's really a gorgeous state-of-the-art theater. People kind of expect we're on a college campus, maybe it's a gym, we're folding up the basketball hoops and putting on a show. But in fact, it's a gorgeous theater. It's 700 seats, but every single one has great sight lines, and it's a very intimate feeling. What they'll see on the stage, I think people often call us Lincoln Center by the beach, because they're seeing the same artists and the same shows that you can see in Manhattan. They're seeing it at a fraction of the price here, but it's the same quality level. So that's something that's very important to us, that when people come here, their experience is that they're seeing masters of the form on stage.
If you're the me that's here to sweep me off my feet, if you're the